an exclusive interview with him. Julie is with me now. So, Julie, what did he tell you?
Well, he talked about the chances of a recession, and like many CEOs, he says, especially if you're looking at the U.S. and Europe, it does look more likely than not. Remember, Dow Chemical, $25 billion company. It's geographically pretty split around the globe, pretty diversified in different businesses, so it touches a lot of different parts of economies. Here's what he had to say about a potential recession.
So the chances of a recession based on liquidity and credit, I think, are extremely low. I wouldn't say 1 in 2, 1 in 3. However, a US and Europe together growing slowly and potentially going to zero growth, I think there's a decent chance of that. I don't think the globe will go into recession, but I do think, Europe, potentially parts of Europe, France, et cetera, going into recession for a quarter or two are high. Even if it does happen, I think the globe is still in decent shape in the emerging world, such that it'll be shallow. It won't be of the deep kind we've had.
So the question is, what does that mean for Dow Chemical? Does it mean a drop-off in demand, for example? Well, Dow recommitted today to its near-term goal, which means essentially in the next couple of years, its near-term goal of $10 billion in EBITDA, earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization. So Liveris repeating that goal today, saying even if you do see that recession scenario, that the company will get there in part by cutting costs. He gave me some details.
We've taken down some assets over the last several years. We've reduced our cost footprint. We can just be more efficient on our buy because people will be hurting. There'll be lower price. We can actually be more efficient on our freight and logistics for similarly. If demand's not there, people are going to price those lower. We can be more efficient on our work processes through IT and automation that we're spending. We can actually find, we believe, close to $500 million of structural cost fixes just next year alone.
And, of course, Dow Chemical has also been helped by a fortunate event in the marketplace, which is that the price of natural gas has come down in part because of shale gas discoveries here in the U.S. Natural gas used to make some of Dow's chemicals, so that's been fortunate for the company's margins over the past couple of years, Deirdre.
Julie, when you and I speak to investors, many people admire Liveris as a business leader. They say he's really one of the best CEOs out there right now. But it seems as if between these recessionary fears and some other macro concerns, investors aren't showing a lot of love for the stock.
They're not. You can sort of look at the year-to-date trajectory in the stock, and it mirrors what we saw in the market, right? We saw definitely an improvement, or at least little change in the first half of the year, and indeed earnings were beating estimates. Then, as recession fears really started to heat up, we saw the stock start to come down because it still is seen as quite cyclical, even though Liveris insists that it's more recession-resistant now, and even though earnings are expected to grow. So he's got his investor day today. We'll see if he gets the message out to those folks, Deirdre.
Nice exclusive interview. Julie Hyman, thanks for bringing it to us.